Do you want to run a bar that serves ghosts while shooting skeletons with fun guns and collecting a hoard of gold? Well, this game is gonna be for you. Hi guys, welcome back to Clique Games. Today we're covering a game called Coffin Brewing Co. If I were to describe this game in one sentence, it's a fun twist between a serving simulator and a tower defense game. Basically, the premise of this game, you are a person who has inherited a whole bar and a whole lot of debt from their father. With the help of a skeleton sidekick, you learn how to run the bar and defend the gold you make through it from the debt collector. Now, Coffin is brought to you by Clique Games, which are also the publisher of Dragon Fist and a bunch of other really good VR games. The simple premise of this game is that you serve ghostly patrons the drink that they want. At the same time, you are blasting skeletons who try to get to your hoard of gold, all while keeping your counter clean and collecting large amounts of treasure that you throw behind the bar into your vault. The art of this game is super colorful, cartoony, and just a lot of fun. Even though it deals with skeletons and ghosts and monsters, it is so cartoony that like any age group could totally enjoy it. The rounds are very rewarding. The reward loops in this game in general are really well done. You serve a ghost a drink, they pay you money. They'll pay you more or less depending on how clean your counter is. You'll get high priority captains, or sometimes the headless horseman with the jack-o'-lantern who wants a pumpkin spice latte, and that is very rewarding to serve them because they provide you with more gold in the form of physical objects that you can take and throw behind the bar, which is very satisfying. Because this game kind of loops itself, it has really interesting upgrades to keep the game fun. You can unlock better firearms to defend your bar. You can upgrade the bar itself, making it bigger and being able to serve more guests at once, which is great because not only are you making the game technically more difficult for yourself by making more entries for skeletons, but you're also increasing the reward by being able to serve more people at one time, which also increases your gold flow. You can even change gloves, which will all have different perks and ability, which not only change one of your hands aesthetically, but also gives you certain buffs, like the captain hook that lets you automatically add gold that people drop on the counter to your vault instead of having to throw it back there, and it gives you more gold from those things. Going through a whole round and serving ghosts and shooting skeletons, sometimes, most of the time, at the same time, feels really good. It makes you feel like you have this multitasking superpower. The boss, quote-unquote boss fights or boss phases at the end of the round where the debt collector comes and tries to steal as much as your gold, and basically you spend the whole round defending and trying to save the most amount of gold as possible. That feels really rewarding because you've worked so hard in the stage beforehand that you want to protect everything you've worked hard for, so it makes that phase a little more meaningful and tangible. The fact that this whole game takes place from behind the bar, there's no locomotion involved or needed for this game, which not only makes it fun to play seated, but it also helps people who have motion sickness, and it also makes for a great game for a first-time VR user. To be fully transparent, Clique Games did send me the Quest 2 copy for free to review it, but I also went and bought it myself on Steam because I had so much fun playing it, and I wanted to stream it. By the way, if you want to catch one of my streams, I stream here on YouTube and also on Twitch at twitch.tv/JackalDude. Downsides of this game, I honestly don't really have a lot. For what this game is trying to do, it does it extremely well. It's not trying to be overly complicated, it doesn't have a ton of feature creep in it. It's fun, approachable, and accessible. If I had to nitpick like one tiny thing, the tutorial was honestly great for the most part. I'm a big fan of having tutorials in VR be voice acted because reading in VR isn't the most fun or comfortable. And the voice acting they did have in the tutorial was really great, and I learned how to do everything fairly well, but it didn't cover everything you were supposed to do. For example, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, I didn't know that when a high priority ghost leaves gold on the table, I'm supposed to throw it into my vault. It's little tiny things like that, and it's not like they don't completely tell you. There's actually a piece of paper pinned up behind your bar that'll give you tips along the way, so if you pay attention to that, you'll be fine. So like I said, it's a super tiny nitpicky thing, but if you're not a dingus like me and you'll actually read the papers behind your bar, you'll be just fine. Honestly, I can't wait to play this game again. It was a lot of fun, and there's so many games trying to be more complicated. I don't know, this game is really refreshing, where it's got mechanics that have already been proven to work, and they use them in a very mixed and interesting way. And don't just take my word for it, this game was actually already released on Steam in 2020 and got a bunch of rewards, so the fact that they finally gave it to us on the Quest 2 through App Labs is really great. You can pick it up with the link in the description below. It'll take you right to the App Lab page. Yeah, and I highly recommend you give this game a try. If for anything, have it so when you show people VR, this is a great game for them to try. So thanks again to Clique Games for giving me this game to try and show to all of you. And of course, give this video a thumbs up because it really helps the channel, and subscribe so you can see me review more games like this that you may not know about. And this is from the same makers of Dragon Fist, and probably the best hand tracking shooter I've ever played, called Rogue Assent VR. If you want to see a review of that, check out that video right here.